everyone. Today's video is some things not to do if you're traveling to Canada for a cruise. Now, I know a lot of people fly if you're going to go to Vancouver and go to a cruise. I know there are people that live on the West Coast that live close enough to drive. So I just thought I would mention a few things that if you are crossing the Canadian border that you should not bring. One of those is any cannabis products. I know there's a lot of places that are where it's legal, and a lot of people have medical, what is it called? Goodness. Anyway, they have prescriptions. Whether you do or not, you cannot take it across the border. Another thing which you might not be aware of is mace. A lot of people, a lot of women here in the U.S. will carry mace on their keychains as a self-defense thing. It's illegal in Canada. It's considered a weapon. You cannot take it. It will get confiscated at best. You could get in trouble for having it. If you're driving across the border, don't have either of those things, whether you're going for a cruise or not. A little story time that I have, which is not cruise related, is, maybe 10 years ago, we were going on a family trip, and I live in Ohio, which is not far from Canada, So we were driving, and we were going to Montreal, actually, and we had an Airbnb rented for the week, and we were going to go for the week. And we figured we would drive from Ohio, we would get into Canada, we would stop, we would get a hotel for the night, and then drive on to Montreal the next day. So that was the plan. We didn't get a hotel room because we weren't sure exactly how far we were going to make it. We said, we'll just, pull off the highway somewhere between the border and Montreal when we're tired, and we'll stop, and fine. So we drive, we go to Detroit, we cross the border there at Detroit, everything's fine getting into Canada. We're driving, we pull off at the first place, like, we're tired, let's stop for the night. We get there, they're like, we're sorry, we don't have any rooms. There was about 4 hotels, and so we stopped, and they're like, no, nothing at this exit. There's a hockey tournament, you might keep going a little bit. So we get back on the highway. We go to the next exit. This was way before everything was online and you just pulled up your phone and could see who had rooms and who didn't. I don't even think at the time we had phones that accessed the internet. That's how long ago it was. So we stopped at a couple more exits and asked at a hotel or 2 at each exit. Finally, the one guy says, hey, there's a hockey tournament and you're not going to find any hotel rooms between here and Montreal. So that's something to keep in mind. If you are going to Canada, check and see if there's hotel availability. Don't just, assume you're going to get one, because if there's a hockey tournament, you might not. So what ended up happening, we drove really, really late. It was like maybe 1 a.m. at this point, and neither one of us could drive anymore. So we pulled off at a actual rest area and locked the car and slept in the car that night at the rest area. I've never done that before or since, but there were seriously no hotel rooms. So if you're going to Canada, check and see if it's a hockey weekend, and my advice would be make advance reservations. Now, obviously, I would just go on my phone and look, and probably not do that. But anyway, that's my story. Make sure you don't take any CBD products. Don't take your mace if you're driving into Canada. And if you are going and hoping to just get a hotel on the way, make sure it's not a hockey weekend, and make advance reservations. All right, well, that's the story I wanted to share today. I hope you all have an excellent day, and happy cruising, everyone. Bye-bye.